12-year-old Liam was a curious, adventurous boy who lived in a quiet countryside town surrounded by vast forests and rolling hills. His favorite pastime was exploring the woods behind his house, pretending to be a great treasure hunter from one of the adventure novels he loved so much. The forest to most was just trees and animals, but to Liam, it was a world full of secrets waiting to be discovered. One hot summer afternoon, Liam packed his backpack with a flashlight, a sandwich, and his trusty pocket knife and set out into the woods. He wandered deeper than usual, following a stream he hadn't noticed before. The path was rough and overgrown, but Liam's sense of curiosity drove him forward. He ducked under branches, stepped over fallen logs, and finally came upon something extraordinary, a thick wall of vines covering a rocky outcrop. Pushing aside the greenery, he found the entrance to a hidden cave, its mouth just big enough for him to crawl through. His heart pounded with excitement and a bit of fear, but he couldn't resist. Crawling inside, he switched on his flashlight and was stunned by what he saw. The cave was deeper than he thought, and tucked in one shadowy corner was a wooden chest, old and weathered, with carvings of strange symbols on its surface. Liam's hands trembled as he opened the chest. Inside he found something incredible: ancient gold coins, a small leather-bound journal, and a medallion on a silver chain with an unfamiliar glowing symbol etched into it. The journal appeared to belong to a man who once lived alone in the forest, a hermit who believed the land held powerful secrets. Liam couldn't believe his luck. He had actually found treasure. But before he could celebrate, a faint whimper echoed through the cave. Startled, he followed the sound and found a small fox, its leg caught in a rusted animal trap. It was trembling, clearly in pain and terrified. Though frightened, Liam slowly approached, speaking gently. He managed to free the fox from the trap, wrapping it carefully in his jacket. The boy had no idea at the time, but this injured creature would become the most important part of his discovery. He named the fox Rusty because of its reddish-orange fur. Liam decided to take Rusty home and nurse him back to health, carefully hiding both the fox and the chest from his family and friends. Over the next few days, Liam began to read the hermit's journal by candlelight in his room. It spoke of a guardian of the forest, a protector bound by a curse, and a medallion that could reveal truths unseen by ordinary eyes. What fascinated Liam most was how the journal described the medallion reacting to beings of the old forest, and strangely, whenever he brought it near Rusty, the stone glowed faintly. He started to wonder, had he stumbled upon not just one treasure, but two? The coins and the medallion were valuable, sure, but something told Liam that Rusty was no ordinary animal. Something magical had just begun, and deep down, Liam knew his life was about to change forever. As days passed, Liam felt more deeply connected to both the strange medallion and the little fox he had rescued, Rusty. The coins from the chest were tucked safely under his bed, but it was the journal and medallion that consumed his thoughts. He spent his nights poring over the journal's entries, trying to understand the forest's mystery, and his days sneaking Rusty food and tending to his injured leg in the hidden shed behind his house. Rusty was healing faster than any normal animal should. He was alert, expressive, and even seemed to understand Liam's words. The boy spoke to him constantly, telling stories, reading aloud from the journal, and sharing his dreams of adventure. Rusty would tilt his head, blink slowly, or gently nudge Liam at just the right moments, as if he were truly listening. The medallion remained a mystery. Liam experimented by wearing it in different parts of the forest. At first, nothing happened. But one afternoon, when Rusty followed him, the medallion began to glow softly, casting a warm light over the surrounding trees. Intrigued, Liam returned to the journal and reread certain entries. He discovered that the medallion's magic could only be activated by someone pure of heart, and even more strongly when in the presence of the forest's original guardian. That's when it clicked. Rusty wasn't just a fox. The journal mentioned that the old hermit had a son one who had disappeared mysteriously after a curse fell upon the land. It also spoke of a forest spirit that had been trapped in an animal's form by a dark sorcerer. Liam was beginning to believe that Rusty might be that spirit cursed and waiting to be freed. As Liam dug deeper into the forest's legends, he started experiencing strange visions, not dreams, but flashes of moments from the past. One showed the hermit placing the medallion in the chest before hiding it in the cave. Another showed a terrifying man in dark robes setting traps throughout the forest. The final vision showed Rusty, still a fox, being caught and crying out, not just in pain, but in sorrow. Meanwhile, trouble was brewing. A stranger arrived in Liam's town, a tall man in a dark suit, asking around about a lost heirloom chest from the forest. Liam's gut twisted. This man didn't feel like a historian or collector, he felt like danger. One evening, the man even knocked on Liam's front door, pretending to ask for directions. Rusty, hidden behind the couch, growled low. Liam knew he couldn't stay in town. If the stranger was looking for the chest or worse, Rusty, they weren't safe. The journal's final pages hinted at a sanctuary deep in the heart of the forest where the curse could be lifted. It was a place even the dark sorcerer feared. With no one else to trust, Liam packed a small bag, hid the chest under his shirt, and whispered to Rusty, "We have to go." The fox leapt to his side without hesitation. As they slipped into the darkness of the trees, Liam realized this was no longer a game of pretend. The treasure hunt had become a quest one that would decide the fate of the forest, the guardian, and possibly his own. Liam and Rusty disappeared into the forest just as the mysterious man began searching the town more aggressively. Guided by the hermit's journal and Rusty's sharp instincts, they journeyed deeper than Liam had ever gone before. The forest grew denser, more ancient, with trees so tall they blocked out the sun. The air shimmered strangely, as if it were alive with unseen magic. After days of travel, they finally arrived at a place described in the journal, the Hermit's Sanctuary. Hidden beneath the roots of a massive gnarled tree that looked older than time itself, the sanctuary was more than a cave. It was a sacred grove, glowing with soft, natural light and carved with symbols that matched those on the medallion. Inside, the air buzzed with energy. As Liam stepped forward wearing the medallion, the grove lit up, reacting to his presence. A glowing spirit formed before him. It was the forest guardian, the same presence he had seen in his visions. The spirit confirmed what Liam had come to suspect. Rusty was not an ordinary fox, but the cursed son of the hermit, a guardian trapped in animal form by a sorcerer jealous of his power. The forest had been waiting for someone like Liam, a pure-hearted soul who could activate the medallion and complete the ritual to lift the curse. But it came with a choice. The guardian offered Liam two paths. He could use the medallion's magic to break Rusty's curse, freeing him and restoring balance to the forest, but doing so would dissolve the gold and treasure forever. Or he could keep the treasure for himself, sealing Rusty's fate and allowing the forest's magic to fade away over time. Liam didn't hesitate. The coins were beautiful, yes, but they didn't breathe, didn't trust him, didn't follow him through thick and thin. Rusty was the real treasure. Liam placed the medallion around Rusty's neck and stepped back. The grove exploded with light. Rusty rose into the air, surrounded by swirling magic. Slowly, the fox's shape began to shift, stretching taller and taller until he stood as a young man barefoot, dressed in leaves and bark, eyes glowing like amber fire. The curse was broken. Rusty, now in his true form, looked at Liam with deep gratitude. He remembered everything, the years spent trapped in silence, the pain of the curse and the kindness of the boy who saved him. In return, the forest guardian bestowed a gift on Liam, not gold, but a bond with the forest itself. From that day on, Liam could understand the language of the woods. Trees whispered secrets to him, Animals came to him for help, and the land bloomed where he walked. The stranger who hunted them? Gone. The forest, now awakened, had swallowed him up, ensuring he would never threaten its peace again. Liam returned home changed, no longer just a boy, but a guardian in his own right. He still visited the sanctuary often, where Rusty now lived as the forest's protector, and together they watched over the land. In the end, Liam had found two treasures: the mystery of the ancient chest, and the loyal friend it led him to a magical bond that would last a lifetime.